And scene! And here we are. We are back. Great stream last night. Tonight we are going to see Who Will Dead. Who Will Dead? In theory, if I do this right, I should be able to get to 26, which means category 5. Whatever that is. Buffs, experience boosters. Let's get a couple of these. I was down to my last hour ish. All right. I think we were running my missions last. Christina is. How do I get the first word from here? Can I get there from Oro? I don't think I can. Well, let's find out. And I cannot. That's fine. I should actually be like a vigilant. Something where I can actually be more than one thing. All right. My spicy beer is open. It's like ketchup. Spicy. And headed into first word. First word. Did you say? Mission. Talk to Cheshire. The survivor's compound. Okay. Forever.
Who are you playing with?
Myself.
Sounds lonely.
You know, I survived that for many years. Alright, talk to Billy Stick. I'm in First Ward.
You do me a favor?
Could you just ask me questions rather than preface questions before asking me
Okay,
questions?
can you please open my ice cream because I can't open it. You have better grip strength than I do. And I'm gonna do the most Christina thing ever, and I'm gonna eat ice cream with my heater going. Because Christina.
Is this supposed to screw off or what?
Yes, it screws.
That is kind of tough, isn't it?
Never get this heater working consistently.
What do you mean? It's always on full blast when I come down here. You just have to give it a
Yeah, but
second.
I have to like move it around. Oh no, yes, that's on. Okay. Okay. First ward. I wonder if I got my teleporter
I did not. Oh, you left yours running, didn't you?
when I left. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, odds are pretty good. You got like 20 minutes towards it, if nothing else.
Yeah.
I think the auto log off's 20 minutes, unless you had caffeine going.
I only have caffeine on my work computer. Which, by the way, I'm starting to get messages now because if I'll like walk away from it and leave it on, where like the European team will be like, "It's 6 a.m. I hope you're not online over there," and I'm like, "Oh, oh."
Yeah, you do want to. You can set it for how many hours you want it to be on, by the way.
Oh, like what times of day and stuff.
Yeah, you just if the icon shows up in the lower right hand side when it's running,
Yeah.
you just click on the icon and it'll say run for 4 hours or run for eight
Yeah.
hours or whatever.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to do something like that. First ward. I can Ouroboros to first ward,
You
can't I?
cannot. No. I had to go to Atlas Park, and then from Atlas Park I took the portal.
Tunnel. The tunnel corp.
Yeah. Dust Rangers, Resistance Fighters.
Not heater.
I've actually no longer considered things to be strange or not strange with you, so.
Is that because you live with me now?
Well, no, it's because we just took a trip. Um, how many hours from New York? With the AC blasting and your seat heater on?
Well, yeah, because it was like humid and like kind of, but I was still cold. I'm always cold. I have a circulatory disorder.
I have a thyroid condition.
I don't have a thyroid condition.
Thyroid condition.
I'm stuffy, and now you're making fun of me for being stuffy again. You always make fun of me when I'm all stuffed up.
No, that's not true. I don't just select those times to make fun of you.
Don't make me scourge you.
It's gonna scourge the earth. Alright. Well, these guys are all like level 20, so I predict I'm gonna wax them with my wax.
Sorry. Where are you?
I'm fighting Death Rangers
Where, though?
on the map. I'm
There
actually
you are.
in street sweeping.
Gotcha. You chose a sweet,
Alright, that's it.
a street sweep.
Now we have a mission. I have a condition.
Sam has it too. And you know what you do for Sam? Whenever he takes a bath, you bring a heater in for him.
No, it's because he's got like, despite the fact that he's all body fat, he weighs like 15 pounds. So,
He he has not weighed 15 pounds since he was like 3 months old.
well, he weighs like 6 pounds under the body fat.
I see.
I just got a badge.
I've seen his cardio. Pretty sure he's got a good chunk of muscle going on there.
He really has to.
His cardio's insane.
He's never out of breath, other than when he's bitching. I get to be closer for that one. Oh, you got spuged on.
Beep.
Did you see me scourge him?
I'm gonna think that's the right way to say it. I'm gonna keep saying it. Oh.
Well, this makes things better, doesn't it? Scourge. Alright.
It's like William saying Tesla.
Yeah, but you mocked it out of him. You and Olivia have taken away his Tesla innocence. And now he
That's
corrects
a
me
that's a
for it.
that's a Tesla.
And now he,
But
he mocks me for saying it wrong. Well,
it's
he doesn't mock me, he actually corrects me.
it's a Tesla. You got Forge running. That should help you out. And I shielded you because you seem to be sort of unofficially tanking.
I tank in every character I play with you.
If you're gonna do that, I may as well make sure I shield you and heal you.
Alright. Dust cell. Doom bird. How do we get up there? Do you see? Oh, do you see it like steps up to the next level? Oh, never mind. I see it.
Elevator's right here.
Alligators. Do not feed them.
I don't even remember. What does Forge do for you again?
Well, you could check by checking info, but let's see. Forge is not running on me, so I don't know. Forge plus damage plus to hit.
Helpful, right?
Yes, very few buffs in the game are actually harmful.
Need to the right.
I wonder if I can get this guy. Never mind. Wait a minute. Did you just cast a mystic spell? A sorcery spell at the guy? But you have regular flight. Why would you take two things that have two power pools that have flight?
Power pools or what? This is one of my characters from the very beginning.
Okay.
But she needs a respec. I think she's only like 37 though. I don't know when respecs come into play.
You can get them starting at level 10. Ah, you're drunk. What's up, buddy?
One down here, by the way.
Huh?
Oh, no, he's gone. There was one who was hanging up, but I think maybe he was just... No, there he goes! Did you see him? You got him. Good job.
Aggressors. Oh. I asked you. Okay. I ask you a question, then I break your neck. Boom. There it is. My morality missions are not going so well.
Feeling evil these days?
No, no. I'm playing sort of a vigilanty. All right. What? Oh, okay. Uh, It's like right beneath us. Yeah, it is. Hold on, hold on, hold on. There we go. Probably should have read those, but that's okay.
Oh, we've done this before.
Yes. Wouldn't it have been better to put a door up on this thing?
No. Shooted when you passed through.
I know I died. Nadia. Nadia. Return to this contact. I gotta go find Nadia again. She is up over here, it looks like.
Go upstairs. I can get my water since you came down with your own beverage.
I came down with 2 beverages. Let's be more specific here. 2. 1, 2. Alright. Are you guys good? Can I get around you? You know. I think I can cheese this. Get far enough away here. Just gonna do one of these things.
Flavor den, huh?
hello.
What up, Jack?
See, I knew you'd think that comic was funny.
Yeah. Paul. Actually, LOL'd.
Well, I'd seen that many years ago, and then we were just talking about that yesterday, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. I know the perfect thing for this.
Yeah. How have you come to be where you are? I got lost. It's just going for a snack.
How are you guys doing tonight?
Pretty good for me. How are you doing, darling?
I'm not too bad, I suppose. It was actually a pretty good day. I got to do absolutely nothing, which I know sounds awful,
Oh
but that
God,
is
no.
extremely rare for me.
No, that's not. It was a request I had today.
Yesterday. Yeah.
Hey, Paul.
Yeah?
I'm playing Warframe.
No, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Oh. How could we teach Christina to do this?
Oh, boy.
With the jiggly bug butt parts things?
You pick up on the strangest things.
They look like bug butts. Like the armor does. But I'm sure I could be fine at it eventually. If you guys want to play it together, please go ahead.
I forget, Zach, how big of a download is that? Do you remember?
The downloader is quick, or the launcher. I think the game itself, I don't know. I did it relatively quickly. They just optimized it. What they do now is they optimize it every other big patch, so it doesn't take a massive amount of time to download the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of
But
like...
you know, if you wanted to play like in the middle of some night during the week, I don't know what your schedule is like, but
yeah. I haven't played Warframe with somebody in quite some time. I have a huge dojo.
oh, nice! You'll have to invite me to your clan.
How
I
do you do
made
that?
one just so I could like make stuff. But I know you've been playing like religiously for a long time, so.
Yeah, I mean, not so much in like recent years, but when dojos first came out, I had a relatively active clan that was all putting stuff into it, and I don't think anybody's playing anymore, but the dojo's still there.
Well, I told a friend that I would play with him if it ever went crossplay, and he was like, "Hey Zach, it went crossplay. I can play with you on the PlayStation now." So I was like, "God damn it! I do try to be a man of my word."
You're hoping that they wouldn't be stupid, and yet they were.
I mean, whatever. It adds more players to the game, but
I've only had problems with crossplay.
depends on the game. With Warframe, it's primarily co-op, so.
That's true.
Why do we need to do anything here? They're all fighting each other already. There you go.
So you're saying you don't want a bug butt, Christina?
Can I have armor that doesn't look like a bug?
Yeah, you'd have
Oh,
to.
did you make a new character?
Well, no, I mean, I've gotten several of the newest frames, but not all of
Oh,
them.
yeah.
And a couple of them do look like they're basically like bugs.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Apparently.
Fashion frame is a big part of the game.
I'm just not a fan of the aesthetic, that's all.
It's very Asian.
That's okay. Deanna makes fun of me for it. She's like, of course you'd like it. It's ninja space robot wizards.
This it's all true.
And I
That's
was
how
like, you say that like
explained
it's
it to me.
I was like, you're saying that like it's an insult. I mean, how could you not like that?
That's how Paul explained it to me in the beginning. And then you train, and as you train, you get new skills and new spells. You know, it's just like,
The weapons all gain skills too.
yeah. And then you can upgrade your armor, and there's this whole skills interface.
Yeah, it's there's layers. It's like a parfait
Or an onion.
or an ogre.
Forge away. There you go.
Oh god,
What?
I don't know. But you just whipped out your temporary power because the 8
Not my
powers you
temporary
have.
power.
Ghost of Mu will save, or Sands
Not-
of Mu will save us.
No, she's got her
My nemesis wand.
Nemesis wand came out
Oh,
as her first attack.
at least it wasn't the ghost slaying axe on someone who's not a ghost.
I don't know. I just I don't know. We had a discussion right before you got here, Zach, where she wanted me to open up her ice cream.
Yeah.
So that she could eat ice cream while the heater's on underneath her desk. And she goes, I know you think this is weird. I'm like, I really don't. Nope, not anymore. None of it's weird.
And this
He's learning, Christina.
I feel like this means we're almost married, and I feel like that's either a sad disappointment or some sort of progress, and I'm not 100% sure which way it's progressing.
No, I honestly think that's a part of any relationship that's positive, is where your norm, which normally seems odd to other people, starts to intertwine and they both become the norm. And then you both are weird to other people.
I think I've always been weird, both to internal and external parties.
I mean, you're preaching to the choir here.
Touche.
Sleep Master Taggart, Slave Master. Slap Master.
I feel like I shouldn't have said touche. I should say touche! Touche!
Is he related to Buttholder at all?
Hiya. How about you, boss? Ow. Ah, man. He took his lunch money. Can I not kill this guy now? Oh, I guess not. I don't even remember, Zach. It's been so long since I played,
Frame.
yeah, online. I don't remember how you find other people.
Literally, like, you can go to a couple of areas where it's, like, open to the public, like the relays, but you literally just, like, on the top of the screen, you can select to invite people to your group.
But how would I know who your character name is? Is it based on your username? Is it based on... Does it come out
It's
of
based on
Steam?
you have a name that's based off of your account name. It's different from your Steam account.
Okay. It's been a while.
Wait. I need my slave costume. Okay. Go.
Hold on, I got Death Incarnate with me. We're good.
Should I forge Death Incarnate?
Death Incarnate cannot be killed. Permanently.
Look at it! The balls of flames now.
Alright, going in.
Look at that. Death Incarnate looks badass.
Oh. Oh, nice.
Were you? Uh-oh.
That guy was running towards you and I didn't have an attack up. Scourge! Scourge! Bam. Running away, are you? Oh, you stunned him. Wait a minute, why do these guys have red heads? Are these guys like buffed? From the deaths of the other things?
They look like it. What are we gonna do about it?
Kick them in the
Kick
face?
their asses. Let's do it! There's two underneath, by the way, on the
Don't
other
care.
side.
Never tell me the odds.
Primarily because I can't do math.
I just don't know what they mean. Okay, I'm starting to understand. But as long as that downpour is happening, anytime I attack anything, the downpour attacks somebody else. Oop. Oh my god! Death Incarnate is dead! I feel bad about it.
Back, it didn't work. Is it a her? Is it a he?
I don't know, it's a word I can't say.
Scourge?
It's one of those ships that you use to take cars across bodies of water.
Oh, a frigate.
Frigate. Yes.
Because they can't tell the difference at Twig.
Is this like how I said that other word and it made us get demonetized? So you can't say that word either? Or you get
I don't
demonetized?
know. I don't know. We're not
Who knows
monetized
these
anyhow.
days?
I mean, we are monetized, but
For the whole $4 we've made in the last 2 years.
$38. Hello. I guess we're going. All right.
Now, I know you'd be knocking my Sansa move, but when I get in close contact, it has saved my butt a time or two.
Pocket Sand! Should
Or
make a character named Dale Dribble who just uses Sands of Moo and other powers like that.
Named what?
Dale Dribble, the character from King of the Hill.
Oh.
He's he's a conspiracy nut, and there's an episode where I don't remember exactly what the context is, but someone comes after him and he just reaches into his pocket and pulls out sand and throws it into their eyes. He goes, "Pocket sand!"
yeah. I mean, there are other options, Christina. Like, you could take attacks that do more damage, so that they don't get to you. You can put those in your attack bar.
Should really have her make a brood or a tanker.
I don't know. Yes. 100%. I mean, Christina, you've played a scrapper to 50.
Stalker.
I thought you played a scrapper too. Did we play 2 scrappers? Oop, I didn't realize that guy was still there.
No, I think you were the only scrapper. And I was a stalker.
Stalker?
I was the purple Viking.
Yeah, but I thought we played like 2 scrappers as well, but I could be wrong.
I did note that I have 3 different resuscitation powers, and none of which I can use on myself. So
Well,
that's not helpful.
that's not really that unusual, though.
What do you mean?
If you're a defender, you don't tend to get to res yourself. Scourge. Damn. Aha. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yep, I see. Yes, I see. Ah, I'm out of power. Oh. I'm in her testicles.
Her chesticles.
Alright.
This is when we find out that he thinks Anna is dead. But as she's his daughter, or some funky something, right?
um, I don't ever pay attention to the
She's the
storylines.
monarch's daughter, and he's been all crazy about her the whole time.
The Monarch. Zach, is there going to be any more seasons of Venture Brothers?
No, but they are coming out with a movie as a finale, and they're coming out with a collector's box set of all the seasons, which I have to buy because I love the Venture Brothers.
Never seen it.
Oh, I think you'd enjoy it.
It is an amazing cartoon about failure,
It's a spoof
but I know that
on
kind
so
of
many different things.
sounds. Yeah, I know that sounds bad, but it's based off of the whole idea stemmed from.
Johnny Quest, man.
Do you remember Johnny Bravo from?
Yeah. Oh, for
Or
sure.
I'm sorry, not Johnny Bravo, Johnny Quest.
Johnny Quest. And Haji.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so the idea was like, what would happen if Johnny Quest grew up and
Was a failure at everything.
yeah, and
Never
had
lived up to his father's.
post-traumatic stress disorder, and he's actually that character is in the show, but it follows someone else who's very much Johnny Quest.
Yeah.
I think you'd like it. It's a good show. I like it.
It's basically like the equivalent of the childhood star and how they don't tend to really survive or do anything. It's unusual for them to make it out of childhood stardom.
Yeah, it must kind of suck to be Johnny Quest. I mean, on the one hand, when you're young and you can do all these adventures and your friends think you're cool, but what happens when all the rest of your people are just like, dude, you're always out doing random ass shit.
And you go
And then
prematurely
you don't
bald.
get an education,
Yeah.
or rather, your education is in like things that don't really matter in the real world. Like, oh yeah, I can fix a jet, or I know how to set up laser beams, but I don't know how to cook.
Thanks for stopping in, lady. All right, who will dead? Neither one of us so far.
Yeah, I saw that you titled it that, which is better than the title from yesterday.
Oh, with the Little Caesars violence.
I got a message from Kim about that, by the way. This is how all abuse start. All this is how all abuse happens. You you gaslight someone to make them think it didn't happen on purpose. She's like, the next thing you know, he's running into doorknobs and falling down the stairs.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
First of all, you could never get your eye close enough to get to a doorknob. You're like a bajillion feet tall.
You're right. Gravity has no effect on me whatsoever. I can never get to the ground. The ground is just way too far away. I don't actually have a contact yet. I'm grabbing one from inside here. I will say I've had more bruises in the past week than ever.
Yeah, you kind of bruising up.
Uh-huh.
Although one of them you got because you pinched yourself, and you have so much frippin' grip strength that you gave yourself a bruise.
I'm pretty
I
sure you did that when I was sleeping.
I did not do that.
I was,
You literally explained to
I
me
was-
that you did it yourself, trying to pinch like your fabric off your arm.
I think I was sleeping. I thought I got bit by or stung by a
Zach, these are
scorpion.
lies. Lies, Zach.
And I wake up and what the hell? And you're like,
Mom, Dad,
Fake
stop
snoring.
fighting!
fake snoring. I'm like, why is my arm hurt? And then the next day, bruise. So,
Clearly a case of an umpire.
yep. Blah, I'm an umpire. All right. There you go.
Why are all these Elton Towners dicking in the dirt?
Dicking?
Dicking.
Dicking.
Digging.
Christina's she's all stuffed up again. So, you'll have that.
They always gotta make fun of me for how I sound.
No, it did sound like you said dicking. Like 3 times. I don't know why it sounded like dicking, but it also, your microphone seems like it cuts out here and there.
Oh, like your other one used to do when you were in the other place. You'd be talking and I'd get whole chunks of conversation that would blip out with you.
I'm thinking it may just be something in Discord, honestly.
Really? Zach, am I blipping out for you too?
No, it doesn't sound like it.
Gurge. Gurge.
I got this urge to crush things. Does this go anywhere? Nope.
You might want Death Incarnate for this.
Psh. I'm gonna kill the one over there. Right here. Like this. Kill this next one over here. Take a rock to the head. See? It's all working to plan. Get knocked down. Christina, why are you attacking those guys? Kill the guy that's on me. Oh, never mind.
You don't. I thought you had the one that was on you.
I killed 4 things before you went to attack a group of 2 people that are standing there innocently.
That's because I forged you. And then I gave you a shield in case they attacked you because I wasn't defending you. I was like, oh, let me make sure he doesn't die.
So Christina says, oh, well, I have to remember to keep on shielding you since you're acting like the tank. I'm like, Christina, no matter what character I play with you, I'm tanking.
Yeah, true. True facts.
The only time that you are absolutely fearless is if you're wandering off on your own.
We're almost dead.
Or yeah, almost dead, with stealth off. You are the most fearless person in the world with stealth off. Well, your snipe isn't very good. Okay, Mr. Knock Me Down and stuff. Oh, my buffs finally wore off. Are you actually physically hiding behind me? You are physically hiding behind me.
You to be in your line of fire when you were trying to fight things. I was
You
trying to make sure
understand I cannot hit you, right? This is not something where I can actually target you to hit you with attacks. You're actually hiding behind me.
It's hilarious.
Oh my goodness.
I was just trying to make sure I didn't obstruct your vision.
Oh goodness. All right, let's do this up. Ah, there he is. Wait a minute. I'm gonna find the recon soldiers. Oh, we've been doing the wrong. Well, I guess we have to go through there anyhow, don't we? I think if I get back far enough, I can snipe them without them reacting.
No, once they have aggro, they... Or, well, do you have aggro, or...?
Oh, nope, it didn't work. But I still liked watching it. Oddly, the snipe attack for this build. Christine, if you want to hide behind me now, it's a good time to do so. With the hurricane up, he can't really get to us.
What is the snipe power in that set?
It's a lightning bolt, and it's got 150 range. It's huge.
Does it come from your character, or do you summon it down from the sky?
A bit of both.
Die.
It's a bit of both because the hand glows, and then you gesture at the character, and then the lightning bolt comes from the sky and hits.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now it's interesting because it's instant cast if you're not actually sniping. If you're already in combat, then it's an insta-cast, which is nice. It isn't like a wasted attack.
I think they actually changed all the sniper attacks so they're like that. However, if you use it outside of combat to snipe, you get like a large bonus to damage and everything. Whereas in combat, it just sort of acts as like a regular, maybe a little bit stronger of a blast. But I think they did that with all the snipe attacks. I could be wrong.
It's nice. Otherwise, it's kind of like, why would I bother taking this? You know, you get one attack per game, or per combat.
Is it like an AOE at all? Like even if it's just small around the target?
It depends. So one of the skills they have is Storm Cell, which is kind of like it's non-aggro. So you can actually cast it. It kind of rains in this whole area around the target area, moves with them, and attacks that you do to targets inside of that little storm cell have a chance of firing off area effect stuff too.
Oh, that's pretty legit.
Yeah, it's interesting. Okay, I'm leading out some of the characters.
Find where you went. Okay, there it is.
All right, determine which Recon soldiers to set free. So some of these soldiers are going to be ones that you can set free without aggroing the rest of the group. And other ones will aggro the rest of the group. Okay, apparently we can get him out of here too. So we'll get him out. Okay, he's gone. I'm just going through cells basically.
Would you say you're storming the cells?
I am. As soon as they get me out of here, I'm going to punch their faces in. I'm going to leave them here. I don't want to fight these guys. Goes in tape. I smell bacon. How high do you have that heater on?
High enough.
Can you really smell bacon?
No. Alright, another guy to get out. Wait, can I do this with more than one? That looks like it. That's empty. The back of my neck is very, very warm.
And all the hair?
Yes, obviously from all the hair, and not from the fact that your heater is cranked up to 11.
On one. It's on level 1.
Alright, contacts. Palatine. Where is... Why am I not seeing Palatine? Oh, never mind, I see him. Did you stay in there?
Sorry. I was trying to rearrange my powers.
Get more temporary powers onto that first row.
My first row is all like... Anyways, I'm trying to get Sands of Moo on the second row so that it becomes less of a difficulty.
Report your findings to the hitman. Mission. Well, I can't. Okay. I can't report my findings to the Hetman. Where the hell's Palatine? I was just in here. That was annoying.
I'm leveled down. That's why I can't. I'm like trying to figure out why I have all these powers I'm not using, but it's because I'm all leveled down. So I can't use them. So what are your plans for tomorrow, Zach?
We were going to try to get together. Bleh, we're going to try to get together with my dad, and play board games and do dinner. But he decided that he would rather do something else. So I'm still going to be getting together with my sister and brother-in-law, and we're going to probably play board games and do dinner. So.
It's nice. Yeah, my mom wanted me to take Paul out to a busy, loud restaurant somewhere. Because he's celebrating his first Father's Day. Which, the irony there was, she's like, is it his first one? Does he have other kids? And I'm like, I've been seeing him for 4 years. Yeah. Yeah. So, but as the gentleman noted earlier, he has politely declined such activities. Having a quiet day of doing nothing. Which honestly, like, when I was asked what I wanted for Mother's Day, I said I don't want to cook and I want to take naps. And
Sounds like a good day to me.
I got all of those things. It was wonderful. So, I recall the Noble Savage. Righty.
It's kind of a cool model. I wonder if I could... I don't remember what the take a screenshot button is for this in City of Heroes.
Oh, for your build?
No. Controls. Device. Camera shake. Disable. General. Windows. Graphics and audio. Key mapping. Here we go. View. Rotates. Face target. Chats. Powers. Tray. Team. Window. Enhancements. Targeting. Emotes. Other. Screenshots. Is print screen. Alright, I think I got it. Gonna see if I can copy Noble Savage. Scourge. I like his outfit. Alright. There's gotta be a doorway down here somewhere. How do you know that explosion one? You have to be right next to them, right?
I mean, it has a good range around it. But yes, I know I need to get closer.
Okay. I think this is one of the gates here. Christina?
Yeah?
Could you come down further? Since he's now targeted on you and I was getting my ass kicked. We got more incoming.
Alright.
Incoming. I'll try to keep Savage alive. Yep, more of them coming in. Alright, that gate is sealed. We lost him. Oh, look at him.
Sprint going, so I'm sorry if I left him behind.
What's up? I'm gonna try to seal the gate.
Okay.
Alright, got it. Oh, how'd they get out with the gate sealed?
Dear.
Do they just keep coming? Guess that's it.
Experience points for the win there. diff. I feel like this wasn't so hard the last time we played this mission chain.
We were probably playing. I was probably playing something tanky.
And I was probably just equally sucky, but you were better.
Well, I actually was better at taking damage. I'm also not really that familiar with this class or this combination of things, so.
Yeah, and like all the other things he's really played, it's new.
Yeah, this is. I'm not used to this combination of things. Plus, I don't really play corruptors ever, so it's a little different for me too.
So twice out of his comfort zone.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at corrupting from what I've seen.
What?
You heard me.
Yeah, I heard you, but I don't understand it.
Corrupt me.
Yeah. Oh, well, that didn't go well. So I talked to this guy, and I don't know.
He died.
Yeah. Apparently, the tongue is mightier than the sword.
So we gotta rescue Nadia and then rescue Noble Savage optional and then Dr. Helix.
I don't want to optionally rescue him. I want to rescue all of them. Oh, stealth is off. Somebody's attacking my hindquarters.
Several somebody's. Oh no. Why is everybody getting to like a sliver and then not dying?
Being arrested.
Being arrested. There's Nadia. Alright, I'm gonna hit the orange dude with heat exhaustion. Oh, there's two of them. I'm gonna hit one of them with heat exhaustion because they won't have any endurance.
Okay, you do that. I'm gonna keep fighting back here.
How did you find more to fight?
You ran past them as they were aggroed on me.
See any over here when I went by?
They were all fighting me. Why don't we just kill her?
Oh, who?
The one guarding the resistance fighter. Or the, Nadia.
There's 2 more over here that are orange.
Oh, I don't care. The low ass? Oh, hey, there's, what's his name? Savage. How would we not save him given this layout?
I think it's whether he dies fighting with us or not.
Oh.
Whether we keep him alive. Like, you know how sometimes you lose the mission if you don't keep him alive to the end?
Apparently these guys killed Demetrios.
That as soon as you talked to him, he died.
Oh,
That
that's
was
him?
Noble Savage's brother.
They don't look at all alike.
I mean, they were all just, like, concocted bodies, if you recall correctly.
Scourge! Oh, there's something upstairs. They're guarding the exit. We have to stop the Hetman. I don't know where the Hetman is here.
That way.
Dead end here.
Not that way. Here's some dudes. Fighter, 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 fighter. No Hitman.
Oh, he's going to be up top in that main building, isn't he? This is just a copy of a little section of,
Outside?
yeah, that building we were actually at before. So if you go up to the top, it's going to be up on the roof.
Resistance, resistance, resistance. Resistance, resistance. Resistance. Resistance, resistance.
He's in the middle. Courtyard, down below. I think you lost, what's his name now?
I'm inside the courtyard.
Okay, I hear something. Where's our dude though? He's up top.
Man, mean. Is it a play on the word hitman?
I don't know, but he can't figure out how to get down there from where you are.
Jesus Christ. Where is he now?
He's
was
up
he
top
supposed-
on the roof where you were. Oh, he just fell in. He's in now.
Oh yeah, tomorrow is your first Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, Paul.
Thank you. I have nothing else to say about it, I guess. I got the baby a drum set. That's all I have to say. Hey, where's he going? He's trying to sneak away. Where are you? Oh, I see you.
You assuming I was sodding off again, Paul?
No,
Is that what you asked where I was?
No, I figured you were chasing somebody a different direction. win.
We got 30 minutes left of the stream. What are we gonna do next? Is this the end of this string, or does it keep going?
Who will dead? I don't know.
Google dead? Oh, who will dead? Usually it's me, but not so far yet.
See, you said it. Yeah, I think I just got my nuke. Hold on a second.
You ding.
Yes, I did.
Now every time I think about that, I'm gonna start thinking of the Chuck Berry song.
Choose my new title. I think I'm going to be the... Um, um, none of these are really accurate.
Zach, where do you stand on the debate with people who are like, I celebrate because I'm a dog dad or a dog mom? And
What do you
Travis,
get those people?
no. Like, where do you? Some people are like, that's ridiculous. Why would you ever think that you qualified? And you get other people who are just like, yeah, I can see it. I mean, that's their version of parenthood.
There.
I mean, I guess it depends on the mindset. If it's as close as they're going to get to parenthood, then you might as well let them have it. If they're just doing it because they're like a facetious, pompous, foo-foo asshole, then no, I'm sorry, it doesn't count.
What do you do when those two things are combined?
Tell them happy fucking Father's Day, I guess. I don't know.
You just remain grateful that this is where they've decided to invest their attention instead of real children.
I would probably be like, I'm glad that you've decided that you're a dog father instead of having actually children, because who knows how they would end up.
Yeah.
I don't know who. We're not talking about like,
A specific person.
yeah.
You know, I come from the veterinary industry. I know some people in those buckets. But yeah. I try to just
I mean, as long as they're not horse people are the worst.
So weird. So freaking weird.
Paul, you've dated horse people.
Yeah. That's how I know.
Radiocarbon dating?
Huh?
Nothing. I was making a stupid joke.
Carbon dating. That's so mathematical.
Algebraic.
Alright, gotta go search the munitions depot. That's how you pronounce it, right, Christina? Depot?
Depot. Actually, the emphasis is on a different syllable. Depot.
Depot? Not, is it depot? Not
It's
teapot?
depot. It's depot.
Is that where they store the aluminium?
Yes. And something about munitions?
I hear Australian aluminium is superior,
Well, what's going on
as
here?
if all the A's.
All pronounced differently.
Yeah, I felt the same way you did when someone pointed that out, because I never realized it, and I was like, whoa,
Yeah, right?
whoa.
First you're like, whoa, and then, oh, I can use my ghost slaying axe here. Yeah. Where is it?
Way too excited about that.
Where is it? Oh no, I traded it for the stupid throwing knives. Can't kill ghosts with throwing knives.
Why would you pick up throwing knives of all things?
It's like, remember when I had the trank darts for a while? And like the fun was the randomness of seeing whether or not it would actually trank someone. because every time it actually did, like every 1 in 20 times, it was like, look at him sleeping. That's right.
I was always glad to see that you were doing that rather than doing real attacks, as I was taking damage. God, I hope Christina decides to do 6 damage here and possibly put them to sleep. So much better that she actually killed him.
Yeah, put him, give him the long sleep.
I will say, of all the things that we fight, I hate these the most.
What are you fighting? The angry spirit thing?
Fractured
Yeah.
spirits, yeah.
Ugh.
Because it's like fighting everything twice.
It wouldn't be so bad if they gave you experience the first time they died, but they don't. So it's twice as much work for not as much for the gain
You
that
don't
you
get
should
any
get.
experience with those?
I don't think you get experience the first time. The second time, when they actually die, you do.
Let's find a corner. Like by this weapons rack over here.
Oh, really, guys? That spirit's a little bitch.
You tell him.
Stupid. That's why you got us scourged.
Ew, you got the scourge.
Although I think now Paul likes it better when I say scourge. Alright, I'm gonna go right.
Why don't we just take this guy down?
Went right with the guys. They were guys on the left of him and guys on the right.
Oh, I just killed all of them.
And here he is stuck in the middle with you.
I just attacked everybody.
Well, way to be all badass. So there was a point in time where you said, Christina, when you have these guys and they're shooting everybody, stop going for everyone. Because no matter how little life they have left, they can still kill us until they're completely dead. Pick one and kill it all the way.
No, that isn't what I said at all. But it's good to see that you weren't paying attention. No, what I actually said, what I actually said was, Christina, there are 4 of them on me. Why would you go find 2 other ones to kill? That was what I said.
We might be thinking of different instances.
There's a group of 6. 4 of them were on me. 2 of them were just hanging out on their own, not doing anything. And you ran over and attacked them. And let the 4 on me. I gotta take this guy out. I think so. Yeah, looks like it. But yes, I mean, the other thing is having 8 things that are 90% dead. Well, that doesn't really serve any purpose now. Alright. Retrieve the last batch of ammunition.
And rescue Vandermeer. Do you have stealth?
Yes.
Can we just run through?
Possibly.
That's so stuffy. Okay, Paul, not only can you have a day tomorrow where you won't go anywhere, I will figure out how to keep the dog from booping you inappropriately all day long.
Wow, it's like a dream come true.
He does
know?
inappropriate. He does boop a lot.
When I was thinking back when I was growing up, thinking someday when I'm a father, I hope I have a day where a dog doesn't pop me in the taint from behind. And that day has come. So it pays to dream big is what I'm saying. Dream big.
Don't get booped in the tank.
Do not get booped in the taint, yes.
He does it all the time, Zach.
Yeah, Ryushi is really bad about... He's gotten better about forcing himself on other people, but he still is aggressive when it comes to crotch sniffing, and it's like, dude, no.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with Charles. Because he'll be like, I'm so happy. Look, you're here. I'm so happy. Boop, boop, boop. But he doesn't gently boop you. It's like, I'm going to use every muscle in my neck to create as much very cold-nosed force as possible. Yeah.
The painful boop.
Something's happening back here. Who's talking?
We are still in need of assistance.
Oh, we have to go this way. There's a little orange thing on the map. over here.
Yeah, those guys are just fighting each other. Being all twat waffly. Okay. Oh, bastards.
Oh, check out that hallway.
I know. Everybody we skipped over has now come back to find us.
Okay, somehow two spirits got behind us. And they've got spirit, yes they do.
They've got spirit. How about you? I love that you know cheers.
Well, it's hard to be in basketball for like 12 years and... Where'd I go? I'm right freaking here. Where did you go?
Where were you when you started playing basketball?
Like organized basketball?
Yeah. Were they just like, hey kid, you're tall? Like,
Yeah.
let's put you in basketball?
That was the exact language, in fact.
Well, I'm just curious because I know sometimes people wind up in sports not necessarily because of desire, but because of certain attributes.
Yeah, the first organized ones we had, we were in competition. I was probably 4th grade. I don't know why you hate these guys so much.
I'm leading currently on the death count, I think, aren't I?
Well, I
I
haven't
have
died.
died. Yeah, I've died the most because I died one time. So I have been more dead. Who will dead is well, wow, that still feels like the expected answer for the evening. Who is going to die? I don't know. Who's playing?
Christina isn't on tonight, but somehow I feel like she'll still die the most.
Accurate.
All right.
Da, da, da. Hey, if you had to pick one of these like player categories from City of Heroes to be in real life, between like the trolls and the family and the ghouls and devouring Earth and all that crap, what would you pick?
Freak show.
How about you, Zach?
Sorry, what was that?
If you had to pick one of the classes, like the family or like devouring Earth or
Oh, the
any
factions.
yeah, what would you pick
To be or to have to fight or
to be?
Freak show's got the best music.
a tough question. I don't know. Probably Arachnos. Honestly, I love the whole concept behind them and the super villain
Aesthetic.
idea and the aesthetic and everything. So
Yeah. The Black Widows and all that stuff. Yeah. If I was going by like aesthetic, like I like the aesthetic of Carnival. I just hate the freaking screaming.
well, I couldn't do Carnival for reasons known to both of you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't
No,
do that. It's so mean, Paul. Uh,
Yeah, I'm guessing that the Circus World Museum in Baraboo, Wisconsin is probably not high on your list of things to visit.
no, it's not.
Where the heck is the
oh, Zach, have you been avoiding the mall since they put the circus up there?
What?
There's a circus at the mall right now, so you should probably not go there.
The main mall?
Maybe it's done. It was there last week or the week before. But they had like a
No
whole
one told me about this. Thank you for letting me know.
they had a whole back section like cordoned off with tents by where Ulta is.
why? Is it for the tourists?
They had a sign out saying that they had some kind of something circus there. Oh, Zach, that would have been traumatic for you to just like walk out of a building and it's like
Yes.
bam.
Yes. Yes, it would have been.
I will look when we get off and see if it's still running.
I mean, I have no reason to go to Portland at all anytime soon, so.
I never thought the same thing. And yet, here we are. Reasons to report.
I mean, you live close to there. I have the
Yeah,
ability to avoid it.
you're a bit away. But Paul also lived further from here, and yet here he is. I think this is.
That's true.
If you would have said a year ago, you're totally gonna be like living in Maine, he would have laughed in faces.
All right, gang. Gonna mute for the night. Thanks for tuning in. Check us out on YouTube. We are in the same name. And we'll be back again on Friday for more comedy jokes. Maybe sometime during the week. Check us out on YouTube for a live stream there too. Thinking about doing Warframe. Warframe is potentially one of the things we're going to go with next. Thank you and have a great evening. you